Hey, I'm Chef Bruce Brown, owner and head chef of Bruce's Fabulous Foods in the thriving metropolis of Downtown Marion, North Carolina. Here, we're famous for fun, delicious food and our incredible variety of cheesecakes, everything from savory to sweet. Today, thanks to Ingles, I'm going to cook with you. I'm going to show you how to bring some of my favorite dishes to your kitchen table. So come on, what do you think? Let's get started. We're starting out at Ingles, getting the ingredients to make my homemade sloppy joes. And if you have my pimento cheese, you make them sloppy Bruce's. So here we are. And you may be wondering, Bruce, now, why are you making sloppy joes? I mean, from scratch? Really? Don't we have cans of stuff that just make it better? No. I was born and raised, I'm the youngest of 6 kids. I was born and raised with really crummy tomato soup and really bad sloppy joes because everything came straight out of a can, just mixed ground beef, and it was done, and I hated it. So my goal was to make my own sloppy joes. I'm sharing that recipe with you today. I have browned 2 pounds of ground beef. We're gonna start a little bacon grease melted in our pot here. It's gonna be sloppy joes to make for a family, okay? So this is gonna be enough to go for a little while. Start off with some onion and some diced up green pepper. Dump some of those in there. We're gonna take a moment and let these soften up just a little before we add our tomatoes. Okay, the peppers and the onions have softened up, starting to caramelize a little. It's time to add about 1 cup of diced tomatoes. If you wanna seed them, you can, but you don't need to specifically. Get the tomatoes in there, just that little bit of juice is gonna add a little bit of mixture, so we'll go in. Now this is when we should start adding our herbs and seasonings. I'm gonna put a little black pepper. You know how careful of a measuring person I am. About a teaspoon of black pepper and about a teaspoon and a half of dried thyme. Oh darn it, wait. I had too much time on my hands. I know, you saw that coming, didn't you? Get about a teaspoon of thyme in there, just like that. Stir it around. We have a good base now for our sloppy joes. Time to add in the ground beef. 2 pounds. Now, I don't like a greasy sloppy joe. That's why I drained all the grease off from my ground beef. Once I cooked it all, I actually browned it in the oven and then ground it up. It makes it easier to separate out the grease and get it all chopped up. Now, the liquids, because the sloppy joe ain't sloppy unless it's got some liquid. I've got about 2 cups of tomato sauce. Whatever, if you have a homemade tomato sauce, even better. From tomatoes that you grew yourself, that would be wonderful. And about 1/4 to a 1/2 cup of your favorite steak sauce. Whatever you like to use at home, use in your sloppy joe. It's gonna make it your own personal, whatever you like. Now, time to make the actual sloppy joes. You can go on ahead and use white American cheese, yellow American cheese, whatever kind of cheese you like, but I like cheese on my sloppy joes. That's the way I was born and raised up in the Cleveland, Ohio area. So I have some hamburger buns here that we grilled off, but I have my homemade pimento cheese on the bottom of the bun. So these aren't sloppy joes, these are actually sloppy Bruce's. Gonna grab a spoon, ladle up the sloppy joe mix right on top of the pimento cheese, just like this. The sloppy joe is gonna melt that pimento cheese, put the lids back on, crown your sloppy Bruce's, and you've got a dinner better than anything that comes out of a can. This is something that you should try, and especially when you have just a little bit more time to make from scratch sloppy joes. But we're out of time for today, but I really want to just thank you just for joining us here, playing with me, and watching me have fun cooking for you. You can get all these recipes and videos and photos and everything you could possibly want and more, including shopping lists, on the website at inglestable.com. Until next time, I'll see you online. Have a great week.